one thing I had and that I strive to be now as an agent is I think one of the vital pieces is having that local, even if you're local already, having a local investor agent around to support you, I think is massive. So the one person who brought me into the short-term rental mix, he was also a fighter pilot, a realtor, and he had a house in the same neighborhood that I was going into. So I mean, if you're looking for a data point, he passed me all of his information. Like he was completely open kimono, as Bill Allen would say. All of his data was presented there, and it gave me the confidence I needed to really pull the trigger to execute, rather than kind of just be stagnant in analysis paralysis. So for me, having that investor-minded agent was crucial in the piece. I mean, the systems and tools are absolutely huge, but honestly, it's the investor-minded agent who helped me set up the systems and helped me set up the tools. So he was really the key to unlock a lot of the necessary parts of the investment.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the trenches. I mean, they can tell you exactly what to look out for. So, what were some of the surprises that you just even with that? I mean, you're still going to have your own experience, and I mean, you're not going to see everything. So, what were some surprises and things maybe you wish?
I think that the nice thing about having the agent, he helped me mitigate a lot of the surprises in advance. So let me think. So some of the biggest aspects is and analyzing the deal, right? So I can analyze a deal. There's 3 ways to Sunday. You can go into BiggerPockets. You can go to many different short-term websites. And they'll have all these different calculators. But you need to have a local person to prevent the surprises. Maybe the history of a property says it's going to make $40,000 a year, but the local property manager says it's going to make $60,000 a year. Then you look at AirDNA, it's going to make $80,000 a year, and Mashvisor says it's going to make 70. You're like, well, where do I land? How do I even analyze this deal with the numbers? So I think having that local knowledge is pretty crucial to say, well, the current owner is just mismanaging it. That local property manager over there, he's pretty terrible. AirDNA is pretty realistic. Mashvisor sucks. So you can kind of like figure out where you're going to land with your numbers. Is pretty huge. And then for me, the other piece was zoning, like zoning and codes. As short-term rentals continue to grow and grow and grow, I fear if I were to invest in Dallas or in Nashville or Atlanta or New York, like I'd be really scared. Like Charlie earlier, he's investing. I think Nashville is where his townhouses are. That's those bigger cities. Zoning and like the hotel mafia have been doing their best to strangle the short-term rental world, especially in those big cities where Airbnb and Vrbo have been a disruptor. Versus Destin and the Gulf Coast of Florida, as well as like the Smoky Mountains. Airbnb, well, short-term rentals existed well before Airbnb existed, so it's not as much of a disruptor. But still, there's local isms that should be made known. Like locally, we have what's called a COBRA zone, a Coastal Barrier Relief Act, where it could affect your insurance rates or your ability to get private insurance versus federal FEMA flood insurance. Flood zones themselves are a factor. Hurricane or traffic. Like traffic could be a massive. Like you think you have a great location here, but you're never going to be able to turn left out of here. So yeah, you can't get to the beach. I'm sorry. Like it's just terrible.
Yeah.
So those type of things, I think having that local agent really helps mitigate those surprises in advance.